All right, we are back. Let's go. So we just did some major updates on the iQuantum Leads Pro software, and we are going to actually be doing a full-on walkthrough on exactly what we could do. And also, if you have any kind of updates or any kind of suggestions, definitely be sure to leave them in the comments, because we are definitely going to be continuously building, updating, and things like that as well. Full on right now, started off as just the um, really just I was starting it as a guest post opportunity finder. Just something to find guest posts. Of course, you could do it all manually, but I wanted some way to automate it and things like that, get emails out, so we could definitely be able to scale at getting backlinks. And this thing is really turned into a full-on lead finder instead. So we're going to be using it for backlinks today, and we're going to be seeing exactly what we could do here. Like I mentioned, we have really built this thing out thinking on what we want it to do and actually building something super useful, right? So let's take a look. Let's get right into this bad boy. Let's get right into it. Something real fun, man, definitely. All right, so we want to start off first by just setting it up to where we are not using our IP directly, okay? And so one of the updates we did was adding in proxies, right? So proxies allow you to basically use different IPs in a sense, right? So you can route all your traffic through those proxies, and I have it to where now we could either pull in paid or free proxies, so to scrape for proxies. But also you could add in your own IPs, right? Your own proxies that you buy, residential IPs and things like that. And then we'll be able to rotate them. All right, so let's go ahead and pull us a few here. And this thing will pull them, it'll test them, verify that all of them are working, and then it'll only use those as it's rotating and scraping and things like that and pulling different information. So let's see about getting us some backlinks here. We want to find some guest post opportunities. We're going to start testing these proxies here. Alright, so we could definitely start seeing here, we loaded in roughly around 10,000 proxies all for free. Okay, this alone was a major update. Alright, that was a big update. Something cool actually, right? And so using that kind of framework for different and other software, right, where you're needing to use your IP or you're doing different things, you never want to burn out your own IP. So it's always recommended, get you a proxy, a set of proxies, 10, 20, 100 proxies, man, depending on how big you're running an operation. All right, so we now have roughly about 150 proxies here. So now we're going to go ahead and start here. Now I could actually stop this here. I'll stop it right at 200, right? We don't need no more than that right now. All right, 200 proxies, that's perfect. So it'll stop, it'll run those last few, then it'll stop testing those. All right, now a big thing we want to add in here is enable proxy rotation, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the dead proxies here. That's perfect. And then it'll start rotating through the working proxies that we have. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to be doing our link building to, of course, our iQuantumDigital website, which is our AI tool directory. All right, definitely be sure to check that out. And also be sure to subscribe to the email list, because we are definitely going to be giving discounts to the softwares we're doing and different updates. And as we build, we want to make sure you could build. It's this crazy opportunity with AI, okay? Now, if you have some sense what led me into using AI for building, right? I was actually learning web development, right? Just starting with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, things like that. But then I wanted to do a whole lot more, right? And I wanted to do it immediately, right? So then AI, we come around with AI, start seeing what we could do. And I started to see that I could not only learn faster with AI, but of course you could build faster. Now we're learning a lot of different things like HTML, CSS, these SQL databases, is it helps you prompt better. It helps you prompt a whole lot better, right? So you don't have these different mistakes, right? You can be more detailed in your prompt, and that helps drastically. Drastically, I'm telling you. Alright, so we're going to be just sticking with one search engine right now, but of course we have it to where we could scrape multiple search engines. Then we'll have our email workers, because inside of the tools, this will also start to go through the websites and pulling the emails that we need to start sending out these guest post inquiries about, right? So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing everything right here. Now, also a big update as well before we get started is I added into our outreach. Let me see what that was in the forms here. Basically to where a lot of these websites actually have forms, right? So what I've done is have it to where we could detect forms directly in the website and fill them out, right? It'll go on these different websites. Once we start, you'll start seeing it. But it'll go into the website. It'll pick out the ones, detect the form, and then it'll also message them in that form, which is crazy, man. I mean, that is so crazy to me, right? That's even possible, right? But it is, right? And then we could actually put in which pitch we want to use, right, in the form, and we can come in here and customize what the actual templates are, right? So that's perfect, man. That's perfect. So let's start going. Let's see how many emails we can start to pull and start to do our guest posting with. We're going to be targeting AI tools, since that's exactly what our blog is, but you can literally fill this in with any of your keywords. And then usually overnight I added the multi-keyword ability, right? Then you can do overnight mode, kind of slows it down, but so you don't have to pretty much worry about a lot overnight. So we're going to start with a single keyword. Let's go in here and see what kind of guest post opportunities are out here. We're going to be doing Bing, and then we're going to go ahead and enable the Chrome browser, which is what's going to help us if we have to do any manual captchas and things like that as well. Alright, so that'll load. Just duck that in the background, and we are literally fully set. Well, I'm going to scrape here the first 2 pages of the of Google. We have AI tools here. We're going to be looking for we want to look for anything that's really right with us. Alright, so I'm going to do right with us only. We're looking for link building opportunities, guest post opportunities, using the right with us, searching Google, and we have our keyword in here. And it's going to fully do everything, find the emails and everything, find all the opportunities. We're ready to start. Let's get started here. All right, we're on to the races. Then I have this log here. This helps me actually be able to see exactly what's going on, right? Now, I just did a update today where we pretty much sped it up, right? We sped this thing up to where it was giving us a lot of lag. I need to actually push this update out, but now it doesn't lag, right? It's not as much lag in there. Alright, so we're on the scraping. So I'm gonna actually be pressing this thing up here, and then I have the first 50 copies only. It's going really fast actually, but the first 50 copies right now is going to be 40. I believe we have it priced at 47 bucks before the price increases. But so far, man, this is going crazy, especially with this new update, right? This new update, this has made it really fast, a lot more streamlined. Proxies are in there. We're able to scrape along. So we'll start seeing sites populate, and then basically our email workers will start going in there, and those agents will start to scrape those sites and pull in emails directly in the system. and we'll be able to hit those through the outreach. All right. So we're gonna let that run. It'll run for a few minutes here. And what that allows me to do is do something else, right? You could do so much any other things, right? And this thing will literally be finding automatically all your guest post opportunities in your niche. It'll find pretty much anything: sales opportunities, podcasts, guest opportunities, influencer opportunities, right? And then I have it to where you could pretty much set if you want to do something custom, right? All right, so far we found 26 websites, and as that's going, you'll start seeing here emails popping up, right? Emails will start popping up. It's gonna be crazy here. Definitely gonna be crazy. So emails now being scraped here, and it's still looking for those websites. Now once these emails will start going, right? Once we start getting emails, we'll be able to literally, within the tool, actually be able to go in there and send out emails. And I mean, what's crazy is that AI is able to even do anything like that, right? And like I said, being able to learn web development, app development, things like that, learning that stuff, man, helps you drastically prompt better, right? It lets you know what to look for, right? What to build, right? If you have errors coming up, you could diagnose those errors differently when you kind of know some coding. Right, it's just a whole lot easier, right? So it's helping people that has that knowledge work a lot faster, right? Out of the gate, man. All right, so we're still building here. Now for the sites that it does not pull emails from, and it's still scrapers that'll start pulling, but that's the ones that we'll actually go through the form detection with, right? So we'll be able to actually hit them with the form detection and then go in there and fill out those forms for those guest posts. Alright, so what I want to do here, so we've pulled in about three to four emails so far already. Man, come on. So I'm gonna go back here. Of course, we've been running, this is an entire Python build. Oh man, I just killed it. I literally hit the wrong button. Alright, so we gotta rebuild it all out. We gotta redo it. That's crazy I did that. I messed that all up. Trying to do one thing. Alright, I literally killed it that fast. Alright. Let's rebuild it up here. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's what I don't want. Delete old build files. Alright, so we are actually gonna be having the I'm gonna be building out the, what's that version 1.1 actually. And I'm gonna actually have that going in the background. Let me see here, file name. That's perfect. All right, let's start it all over here. I'm gonna run the proxies. Okay, then we're gonna start testing. And we're gonna cut on the enable proxy rotation. Alright. Now while that goes, right, I want to set this up, and then we're gonna actually, I'm gonna build out in the background our next build for that we're actually updating and putting on the site. Alright. Okay, let's go ahead and set this up here. I want to do the first 2 pages. We add a delay here. We're gonna do just Google. Alright, we can do just the Google there. We're gonna cut on the Chrome browser, and this will literally start scraping websites that you can get guest posts or leads, anything really. I'm using it for guest posting today, but we're gonna start running that, and then it's gonna scrape the emails, and everything will be in here. We could email in here. We'll be able to check emails, everything. All right, let's run it. As you can see, it's starting to run there, and then soon we'll start seeing websites populate, and then we're gonna start seeing emails populate. Okay. So now we're going to be running just a few more. I'm going to run probably 3 email agents. Okay, so PyInstaller isn't installed, so we need to install that here. Alright. I'm going to see if I can run it. Pip install PyInstaller. That's what I really want. Alright, so we have our first batch of websites here. What is that? Pip install PyInstaller. Okay. Install PyInstaller. And then it's actually, while it's still pulling websites, it's actually going to be pulling those emails in here soon. And this tool was completely built with AI. Completely built, right? Now, like I mentioned, what helps is knowing different coding languages, right? If you could know the pretty much the basics, right? I believe you can pretty much build anything you think of. And then if you can't, you'll start, I mean, that just tells you what you need to learn, right? There's so much I learned just by building different things. All right. Alright, so we're now going to repackage what we have. I'm repackaging the software to add the new version up to the website. And then we've already pulled in our first email. It's already pulled it. Then we also have it to where we can verify those emails. So I like to get up roughly about 20 to 50 emails, right? And we could start kind of sending out. So it's worker AI agents that are literally going through each of the websites, and it's literally going through their website looking for an email address, right? Some sites have multiple email addresses, so it'll pull all of them, right? It'll literally pull all of them. All right, it's still pulling emails, and it does it all automatically. It's all automatically. All right. Now I'm also thinking about the next update, basically where to verify, to send out the first email, things like that, automatically. Now that's gonna be a major plus, right? That's gonna be a major plus. All right, so we've gotten 3 emails so far. And like I mentioned, this is completely automatically. This allows you to literally be doing something completely different, right? You could be working on a whole nother part of your business. Now, the way I'm looking at it is once I automate the entire process, it's literally just pulling, verifying, and then sending an email. So on the next versions, I'm literally looking to do that, right? To where it'll take these emails probably immediately. Once it gets the email, it needs to be verifying them, and then it needs to be sending some type of email out to them. And then in the inbox, you'll be able to come in here and see who's replying, right? And you can reply to them directly. All right. So that's gonna be huge, man. That by itself is huge, and you can use this for way more than guest posts, way more. Alright, so I actually have pressed up the newest version here. Alright, each Python version has its own separate pip. And okay. So we're still pulling emails. And this is literally going on automatically. I mean, I'm not doing anything, right? Alright, so I'm actually updating the new files inside of Gumroad. Alright, so everything is now for sale right now on Gumroad. And we are pressing this thing up, man. Crazy that anything like this could be, right? And it all started with a thought. Alright, so let me see here. Let me get this up here. So it'll be on Gumroad here. I'm putting a new version, and then for any of our new purchases, people that's purchasing, I'm having them go through right now, have to manually give you your license key for it, right? And that usually takes I'm telling people 24 hours, right? But it's a lot sooner, right? But then once I send you that key, you'll have lifetime activation for it, right? Now this software will be going to a monthly subscription. I'm giving the first 50 people actually right now lifetime licenses, right? To any updates, anything, right? And it's a tool that I use, right? If I'm using it, I'm like, hey man, this thing is crazy, right? And as I'm thinking of more and more updates, hey, I'm adding them. First 50 people will get lifetime updates to the software, all right? So I'll be releasing this soon here. This will be the, I actually need to put something in the comments. So yeah, let's get the, let's go ahead and get that updated. So the way I'm thinking, I'm like, well, what if you could kind of prospect on autopilot, all right? If you could prospect on autopilot, all right, kind of set up your machine, right? You just go through your settings and then you just cut it on and you just go about your day, or you could kind of do a separate part, right? Because what I was finding is that I enjoy building. I literally enjoy building out stuff. I enjoy learning computer science and or how apps and things like that are built, or HTML, different JavaScript frameworks. But at the same time, I started realizing that any and every project that you have to have links to it, right? Especially now. If you don't have backlinks to your project or your domains, at the rate that these websites are coming out, you're dead, man. You have nothing. So you have to have some way of getting that. And I said, let's automate it. Let's look to automate that whole process, right? So that's what we're doing. All right, so I'm actually updating. Let's go ahead and update this now. All right, so we'll be back here shortly, and we're gonna take a small break here. Definitely stay tuned. We'll be back here. All right, we're back. We are back. And we're still pulling. We got 24 emails so far. Got just about 50 websites so far we could hit. Still want to get a few more, then we're going to actually start doing our outreach. In the meantime, I'm going to update the Gumroad here. But we are pulling, man. I mean, it's crazy to see, right? We got the websites we could literally go out and get guest posts on, and then we have their emails. Then we're going to be sending that through the verification process here soon. Let me go ahead and update the software here. Fully updated with this. Also put up to 24 hours for to be sent after purchase. So what I'm guessing, even for YouTube, man, I guess this isn't content, man. I've been trying to actually get YouTube to come on and pop off, but this shit is not working. Honestly, people get on YouTube, it seems like motherfuckers be getting on here, getting tons of views. I've seen the other day thousands of people watching this lady sleeping. I said, what the hell is going on? What the hell is going on, man? Right, this lady sleep. But it ain't working. Not for me, at least not now. But I enjoy doing it right now, right? I'm like, hey man, just get on there. But the shit is going slow as hell, right? I don't know how many creators are having that problem, alright? I don't know, right? You gotta hit that algorithm, right? Your content gotta be immediately entertaining or something. But after I saw the lady sleeping, I'm like, shit, something's wrong, right? Something's wrong, bruh. Alright, so let's go ahead here. I really don't, though. Alright, so I'm updating the Gumroad listing here. Alright, and then we want to actually update the content. So right now we're at version 1. I'm actually going to update it to the 1.1 version. 1.1 is already drastically a bigger update. I mean, already. Just off of using it now, it's already drastically updated. Alright, so let me go ahead and finish that list. And so far we're right at about 27. We're really at more than 27 emails, because it's 27 websites that it's found emails for. Alright, so we're probably at about 40 emails probably. And then we'll start knocking some of these off as we verify them. So we want to keep this going. Alright, let's go ahead and update. So what led me really to building different softwares, man, I really just got into web design. All right, just starting to build different things with a websites, right? And then that started to just me learning more, right? And then the game changed once I used that learning that I did, right, in different things, and you know what's possible, you know the type of things you're needing in certain websites. It started to help my prompts. My prompt game went out the roof, right? And also, you could get a copy of the 101 prompts. I'm giving that out for free. I'm gonna put a link here. Let me actually get that out. And to the 101. All right. So we got about 50 sites so far. I want to get to about 100 sites, and then we're going to pull those into the outreach and and start sending out emails. Yeah, I've already released the first version. First version has already been released. I'm actually have done a massive update here. Massive update. So I'm actually pressing out the updated version as we speak. So as I'm doing this actual stream, I'm actually updating the listing. But it's drastically faster, right? I kind of did a few things so we could change tab. It was pretty much to where the proxies, right? Once we pull these public proxies and start scanning them, it was slowing down. So what we did with this current update drastically speeds it up. Okay, here we go. That says my shit is way too long. Okay. So right now we're using iQuantum Pro here. This is literally finding everywhere in our niche where we could do guest posts and start building backlinks. And it's scraping the emails, and then we'll also start doing the outreach. The actual outreach, everything will be right here in the system. So I'm gonna post 2 links here. First one would be for the updates, right? You always want to definitely join it. Get the 101 prompts as well. That's completely free. Alright. That'll be the 101 AI prompt pack. It's so tough to select shit in here. I mean, damn. Shit. They make that real stupid, dude. Let's see if we can do it this way here. Oh my god. And it's still too long. Alright, we'll do it like this. See if we can do it another way. Alright. Okay. And then here. Okay, this is just crazy. Alright. IQ leads. There we go. Alright. Alright, so the first 50, of course, massive discount, right? Alright, so let's go ahead. I have updated this, and I need to actually get a new readme here. Alright. Okay. Let's go code readme.txt. All right, so we got version 1.1 built out. Let me go ahead and let's go ahead and do, we'll go zip. Okay. All right, so we have our new version 1.1 being updated here. I'm gonna go ahead and upload it here. We could actually, let's see if we can delete that, and then we're gonna upload the new one. All right, so we just updated the listing here with the latest software, so that is a drastic update. All right, so we're going to be adding in a few of the emails that we have. We want to add a few emails in here. All right, sender accounts, and then we're going to actually start sending out guest post inquiries. All right. So I'm gonna start getting our sending account set up here. See if we could edit this. May have to change it up here. Alright. Unpin. Maybe we can. It won't let me. Alright. Won't even let me copy it. That's stupid, man. Alright. Let's see if it be here. Alright, so we now have 40 emails. That's perfect. So we're gonna start up here. I don't know why it connected it. I mean, there we go. Let's see if that's working better. So for these campaigns, I've already set up 2 emails. I'll actually set these up now. There we go. Now we want to set up our server. It's Chris. Alright, and we're gonna add our name here. Well, for this email here, we want to keep it the same here. Alright, so we got one email added. Let's add the next one here. that's literally it. Right? We'll have our sending accounts ready, and then we can come in here and test them here. Right there, you see nothing. We'll refresh, and then you can see both of them. Now, what we also added is the inbox, so you could fully do everything that you need to in there. So we got the email set up here, and then of course we could change emails. I'm gonna have it as well to where you could kind of, especially if you're doing all the same campaigns, right? You'd be able to kind of search in multiple at the same time, multiple emails. Right now I got it just set to one. All right, pull one. You can kind of read those and reply. So we're gonna start the verification process now. Right, and then we're gonna literally start sending out emails right now for guest posts. All right. So again, like I mentioned, we have both of our email accounts in there. As you can see, the log still pulling here, still pulling. Alright, so we got roughly about, we definitely have more than 44 emails. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're gonna stop the process here. Looks like may have already. I may have completed our search. Yep. Search is complete. That's perfect. Alright. Now let's go ahead and verify. We're gonna verify all of these emails that we have. Then we're gonna pull them into the outreach section. Then we're gonna literally start sending out emails. Alright. So right now, the emails are being verified. Everything is within the system. So we're going to verify all of the emails, and then we are going to literally, from here, once they're verified, we're going to pull them into our outreach system inside of the software, and then start sending out our first emails. Fully automated. It's all fully automated. Let's see if we have support. Yep, I already had that email. That's perfect. I said iQuantum. Set up support. There we go. Support at iQuantum. So we're literally gonna just let this run. Let it run. While it runs, I'm gonna take a small break. We'll be back here shortly. All right, we are back, baby. Back, and we have verified our emails. We're gonna pull them in now. All right, emails verified. Let's see how many we have now. It's a few filters I need to go ahead and update as well. I'll probably be doing that for the next version. As of now, we are good. All right. So out of those 46, let's see how many we can hit here. All right, that's quite a few, man. Quite a few. So we got the guest post. Let me see what all we wanted to send out here. And we'll be able to test the email, preview the email as well. All right. Which this is actually perfect, actually. Hey there. And that's just if we're bumping them. That'll be our day 2 emails. Alright. So we'll probably run with this one. This is actually good here. Alright. We could actually preview it. Now this is where we want to change because it's taking the site name from their actual email. We want to change that here. Alright. I'm gonna just change it to a Alright, so that looks really good. So we're gonna be sending these out here. I need to actually go into the settings here. Alright, so let's see, with the sending accounts, I have the daily limit set at 15. That's alright. May want to do a lower one. Right? So what I'm gonna do, let me go in here and edit it. I actually want to do, since these are pretty new accounts, I'm gonna literally just do 5. Alright. Okay. So we're gonna do 5 there, and then here we're gonna do the same. And that's gonna make sure these do not start getting hit, banned, sent to spam, things like that. Alright. So we have our email account set up. We have our emails pulled from our guest post pool. We have our email that we're going to be sending out. Let's see if we could optimize that even better. So we're literally doing the whole cycle live here. All right. Hey, Mom. Now what we're doing is opening the door for further conversation for guest posts, right? And so we're gonna do, we got a daily limit here set. That's okay because our sending accounts have separate daily limits. We got just 5 emails. All right, we're gonna put a, I'm gonna put a 55-second delay in between here. And then we're gonna start sending out these emails right now. Let's get it. So right now we got 34 emails. Should take us roughly around 30 minutes. I'll kind of shorten it here. I mean, and it's fully automated. All right, fully automated. So we got our first one here. And let's see if we can get a good subject line here. Okay, so this subject line here. Alright, and we are literally, everything is set and ready. Let's just go back over our accounts here. Sending accounts, we got a daily limit of 5. You'll start seeing this update, and it'll literally go one at a time. So one will send here, one will send there, one, and it'll just go back and forth. Alright, let's get it and go. So I'm also, pretty much, I'm gonna be setting up pretty much probably in this next version to where this is all fully automated. So the whole purpose is to open the door for further conversations. Alright. Then you can see down here the log, you can see we're already sending. First email sent. This email was verified, it was scraped, verified, and now we are sending. Fully automated. Alright. This tool is fully automated. And what we're using it for now is just guest posts. But it's literally for leads, man. Alright, fully automated. There you go. And as you can see, it's sending through the next email. So it's not all going to be from the same email. As many as you load in. That's another way I'm going to be showing next, probably the next stream actually. Definitely stay tuned, but how to set up this whole thing using Gmail accounts, right? That's going to be fun. You can do the same process. Set you up a few Gmail accounts, and you can literally be doing the exact same thing. And you can use this for guest posts. You can use this for a podcast if you want to start getting on different podcasts. If you're doing sales, B2B sales, things like that, that's where it's going to work best. But it's literally for everything. And it's to where you could kind of put in your information and it'll just go. All right. So now this lead frees us up to be able to start working on different parts of your business. So it's fully automated from the actual results. All right. It's literally taken from the different search engines. I have 5 search engines so far. Best one, of course, is going to give you the best results is Google. Okay, that's always going to be the case just about. Now, these others will give us other results that we may not have gotten from Google. Then we do a dedupe process to where we're knocking off the duplicates. All right, you don't want to be contacting the same email over and over and over in one, right, with the same message. It doesn't make sense. So you literally can scrape, pull the websites, pull any opportunities, pull the emails, email them, and reply to the emails all in the same process. Now I'm gonna set up a way to automate all of this, right? That'll be in the next update. To just basically put in your niche as soon as you run the prospector, have a way to where it'll basically do this whole, really your first layer beginning to end, fully automated. Then I'll have the still working on the actual SaaS version. All right, this version just seems so crazy. It started as one idea and grew to a whole different idea. Hey buddy. Hey boy. So right now we're in the email process. This is the last stage, right? It's literally prospecting for us, right? And like I said, that will give you time to do pretty much any other thing that you want to do in your business. You send this out. This is literally lead maker, okay? Lead finder, lead prospector, lead maker, all on autopilot. All right. The next version, like I said, the first 50 copies I'm letting go for 47 bucks. And that's a lifetime subscription. As I continue to build this out, this thing is going up. After those first 50, it goes to 97. And then once I get the SaaS up and running, this is going to turn to a full monthly subscription-based software. All right. So ground floor right now. I'm already using it live, already having success with it. And it's running, right? Fully running. Now, once the emails start to come in, we'll be able to come in here inside of the software and actually reply to these different emails, right? All the different emails that start to come in as we're sending out, all right? We come in here literally and we can reply to any of these, all right? Literally, right inside of the software without leaving it, all right? Got our 2 email accounts already sending, and we may have already hit our limit for today, almost. So we're right at about 9 emails. It's going to hit the daily limit at 10. So this gives us another way to actually check, make sure our daily limits are successfully stopping. All right. But it's so many more updates I'm seeing this thing get into. All right. Took us about a week to build. And it's just a problem I was having. All right. I mean, it just seemed to, because you can build a crazy amount of softwares, websites, all of that with AI. Everybody knows that now, right? The thing with that is that even with those different websites, you still need the fundamentals. I don't care how good your website looks. If you don't have backlinks and traffic, it's worthless, right? If nobody knows about it, if you can't distribute it to get the word of mouth out, it is literally worthless, right? This software changes that, right? So it started off as just for backlinks, right? It started off literally, I had it as Guest Post Pro, right? Guest Post Outreach Pro. The more I started building it, right, I was like, this is way bigger than Guest Post, man. This is way bigger than Guest Post. And there you go. You see our 10 limit has hit. So that is perfect. That safeguards your emails. All right, that safeguards them. All right, that allows you to not go over these limits, right? You want to definitely, especially with fresh emails, start off very slow. So now you keep this going, and and what I need to do as well is add like a different kind of login for it. But as of now, the whole process literally works. I'm gonna do one more check here. We want to actually make sure these are getting sent, right? So I'm gonna actually go into our back office here. Seems like it's really hard to get love from YouTube, man. I've been putting out content like a motherfucker. Honestly. And I can't get a damn nothing from this bitch. Alright. Seems like it's supposed to. People make it seem like it just happens. Put out content. This shit ain't working. Shit is not working. I know it's a lot of people having that trouble. I know it. Especially now. Alright. It's like something, it's a way you have to do it, right? If you don't do something in a certain way, you are screwed, man. You could put, it's times where I've put 2-3 days in making a video. Put it up, you get 5-10 views and nothing else, right? What's the point of doing it, right? Who wants to continuously put out content doing that? Then you gotta go and figure out what's working, right? You do that and still get 5 views, it's nothing. Just completely worthless. Alright, it's a way I haven't figured it out yet. Alright. I haven't figured it out yet. But I enjoy doing this, man. Alright, until I do figure it out, I just say just keep pushing, man. Keep on pushing, baby. So let me check these other domains here. Let me check these, some of the sending accounts actually. And I want to check for the last portion. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video as well. Cause we're going to be continuously putting these out, man. Especially in the software. I mean, I enjoy building software. I enjoy learning this stuff, man. It's so much. And I think that's going to be the cutting edge for people, really. Alright. Besides just building stuff, actually knowing kind of like a system architecture type of thing. Alright. So first 10 emails sent. More updates coming soon. More updates coming soon. So definitely be sure to check everything out, man. Subscribe to the channel, like everything. And we will see you all in the next one. In the next video. Be blessed. And I'll see you in the next one.
you.